Will Deadpool be making an appearance in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars? That's exactly what we'll be talking about in today's video. About a week ago, Ryan Reynolds posted an image of the Avengers logo on Instagram. It featured no caption, and many have ran with the story that Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that Deadpool will be appearing in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. Now, when the cast for Avengers Doomsday was announced a few months ago, many were surprised to see both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman completely absent from the announcement. Coming off the back of Deadpool and Wolverine, a billion-dollar success for Marvel Studios, and receiving largely positive reviews from fans and critics, including these cast members in an Avengers movie seemed like a no-brainer, especially seeing how many of the Fox X-Men cast are going to be included in Avengers Doomsday. Now, since that initial cast reveal for Avengers Doomsday, the main speculation has centered around the fact that that is only one half of the cast announcement, and that we'll be seeing the second half revealed at a later date. Currently, the rumors suggest that that will happen next week, but as I've mentioned many times before, with rumors and leaks, you really can't take them too seriously. I've seen a couple reports saying that the second cast announcement has been leaked already, but that did come courtesy of Jeff Snyder, notoriously unreliable when it comes to leaks. But let's talk about the main focus of this video, Deadpool showing up in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. Now, seeing how this image did come from Ryan Reynolds himself does add some validity to the idea that he'll appear in one of, if not both of these movies. Reynolds has previously said that he's not in a rush to make Deadpool 4, and that he sees Deadpool working better as a supporting or ensemble character, which I fully agree with. I've said that many times before. The future of Deadpool in the MCU shouldn't be as the main star. He works so much better when he's bouncing off of a character like Cable or Wolverine, and I think the MCU offers plenty of opportunities for him to bounce off of characters we haven't seen him interact with before. But I also think there is a balancing act that comes with using a character like Deadpool. He's a character that serves to annoy all of the other characters in the Marvel Universe. He's a comedic foil, and I have to be honest, I was pretty surprised they were able to pull off 3 solid movies about this character. So let's talk about the logistics of him joining an Avengers movie. Now, the biggest hurdle that I've seen many people bring up is the fact that you're taking an R-rated character like Deadpool and sticking him in an exclusively PG-13 franchise like the Avengers movies. When Deadpool was originally announced, there was of course a lot of battling between the studio, the writers, and Ryan Reynolds himself to make sure that the movie was R-rated. And yeah, this is a character that relishes in profanity and violence. It's a no-brainer that his standalone movies should be rated R. But how do you incorporate a character like that into a PG-13 ensemble without making him feel neutered? Well, a big benefit to Deadpool is the fact that he can break the fourth wall and is completely self-aware of the movie he's in. So when we see him appear in Avengers, he's going to have to self-censor himself, or we get some kind of in-universe censorship like what we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home, covering up the blood and gore in creative ways. That's gonna be how they make this character work in the movie. Now, I don't think he should be a main player in Avengers Doomsday. The only reason he became a main player in the X-Men universe was because they messed up that franchise so badly, aside from him and Wolverine. Now, previously I've speculated on my theory on how Deadpool could be integrated into the MCU in the future, with him kind of taking the Miles Morales role in the Secret Wars comic storyline, which, if you need a brief refresher, Miles Morales was originally from the Ultimate Universe, which was destroyed in the Secret Wars crossover, and as a reward for being selfless and providing the Molecule Man with a cheeseburger when he was really hungry, when Earth 616 was being reconstructed as the first universe in a new multiverse, Miles and his family were relocated to Earth 616. Now, I'm pretty sure Secret Wars will not use Molecule Man. That's a character that requires quite a bit of setting up, and I'm pretty sure Franklin Richards will be playing that role in the movie. But currently, it looks like Marvel's big plan is to do a full reboot of the X-Men in the MCU following Secret Wars. Now, I'm almost confident that the one character they would allow to move over to the MCU would be Deadpool. We could possibly also see Hugh Jackman move over as Wolverine. He revealed that he really did miss playing the character and he would like to do it some more. But I also could see Secret Wars being a good send-off for his version of the character, finally wearing the original comic book suit, and teaming up with his Fox X-Men co-stars from the early 2000s. But Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool are pretty synonymous with one another. Reynolds has been the main force driving this character forward for over a decade. He is incredibly passionate about Deadpool as a character, and despite a lot of people giving him some, in my opinion, undeserved hate, you really can't understate his impact on making a pretty niche character like Deadpool a mainstream success. Maybe it's because I've always kind of enjoyed Ryan Reynolds as an actor. A lot of people see him simply as the Deadpool guy, but I think he has a pretty solid back catalog of movies. In my opinion, when a celebrity becomes so well known for playing a specific character, they're pretty much almost always exclusively cast as similar types of characters. Like, oh, you can do the funny, goofy guy who's kinda sarcastic? Well, that's who you're gonna play in every movie from now on. And that's largely what's become of Ryan Reynolds at this point. Despite having range as an actor and a pretty big career, it's hard for many people to see him as anything other than Deadpool. Which sucks. I recently rewatched Mississippi Grind and I forgot how great that movie is, and especially Ryan Reynolds' performance in that movie. And that brings me to a downside with including Ryan Reynolds in the larger MCU from this point on. Over the course of a decade, we've only seen this character appear in 3 movies. The more frequently he appears, the less excited audiences will be to see him again and again, because there is that annoyance factor with Deadpool as a character. He's funny and we like to see him irritate other characters, but there's a fine line between irritating another character in a movie and being irritating to audiences. Ryan Reynolds has been doing a great job diversifying his career and getting involved with other bits of the industry. His production company Maximum Effort has been doing a really great job making very successful advertising campaigns and have a bunch of very high-profile productions lined up for the future. I think it's fine if that's the direction Ryan Reynolds wants to take his career. He's clearly very passionate about it, but I also do want to see him take on more roles that are less Deadpool and Deadpool light. I think many of his most interesting roles came in between Green Lantern's failure and Deadpool's success. But let's try and answer that main question. Will Deadpool be making an appearance in Doomsday or Secret Wars? Right now, I think it's leaning more yes than no. Reynolds, despite playing a very chaotic character like Deadpool, is typically very straightforward with fans. He has an understanding of not messing around with fan expectations. I mean, if we look at Deadpool's on-screen history, starting with X-Men Origins Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds is very prominent in expressing how you don't mess with fan expectations, and posting the Avengers logo during the filming of an Avengers movie, while fans are eagerly awaiting Deadpool's next on-screen appearance, is something he wouldn't do and probably would make Disney very unhappy. But as it stands currently, Ryan Reynolds is not slated to make an appearance in Avengers Doomsday until it is officially announced by Marvel Studios. That should always be the golden rule when we talk about casting information. Currently, the main expectation is that Ryan Reynolds is in the movie, as it's been parroted by many of the major Hollywood outlets. However, Deadline, who I consider the gold standard in Hollywood journalism, currently maintains that Ryan Reynolds has not been seen on set and is officially not cast in the movie as of yet. This should be the main headline that a lot of people are going with until Marvel Studios announces Ryan Reynolds is in the movie. But some people can't resist saying that Ryan Reynolds is in the movie as Deadpool because they can just click delete as soon as that information is proven false. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts about this, and I will see you in the next video.